All right, welcome everybody to the show. How is everybody doing out there? I hope you guys are doing awesome. And it looks like we are good to go. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it as we always do here at Perfect Soulmates. So welcome to another 10 new subscribers. Pretty much minus one, but we're pretty much there. So today's topic is why online dating doesn't work. It does not work. I'll tell you why. But before I do, be sure to make one of the most important investments of your life, and I really mean that, by reading my book or watching my 1-hour video course. The link will be below. So, online dating, it doesn't work for various reasons. Perhaps the most important reason is simply because technology often comes with its own set of challenges and limitations. Some things in life must be accomplished the old-fashioned way, because it's the only proven way. Think about it. We're human beings, for crying out loud. Just because technology exists, it doesn't mean it has to take over every single aspect of our lives. But that's precisely the path that we're headed down towards. Not up, not forward. We're actually going backwards and down with all this online stuff. Look, if you want to Google something and learn something online, fantastic. Double-edged sword, though. It's a double-edged sword. Because while you can learn a lot online from channels like this or Googling certain things, it's okay. I get it. But love? You can learn about love, but in the end, you're going to have to practice it offline. Everything's offline. So that's exactly what we're going to discuss in this stream today. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? Oh boy. Okay, so number one, the main problems with online dating. It's too easy to lie about anything on one's user profile. So many user profiles out there just filled with lies, overflowing with lies. Their images could be photoshopped, for beginners, for starters, which means heavily edited. They may be playing a persona instead of behaving like who they truly are. This is just for starters. We're going to get into it. Online dating is mostly for extremely desperate people. Please realize this. Desperate people who are looking for shortcuts in the realm of love. Shortcuts don't exist when it comes to meeting someone new in your life. Please understand this. They don't exist. There are no shortcuts. That's the problem. People get desperate, they get impatient, so they try to rush the process of, first of all, finding somebody to befriend, not to date, because that's also rushing, as I explained in the previous stream. Stop dating. I think that was the title. The natural formulas for friendship and love will never change, as I said before. The old-fashioned way is the only proven way. The process of befriending someone and hopefully falling in love with them one day cannot be rushed. Online dating tries to rush the process of finding someone new to start a potential relationship with. If you're afraid to meet people offline, then your problem is now being shy. So you have to overcome that shyness. That's your real problem. Realize that everybody posting all these profiles online, there's so many pretenders, there's so many liars, it's a big waste of time. It's a big waste of time. Otherwise, you would hear success stories left and right. Yeah, sure. The dating sites are going to tell you all kinds of success stories. Oh, we got these people together and they're living happily ever after. Are you sure about that? I don't have to bring out John Cena to ask the question, are you sure about that? So number one, it's easy to lie. That's obvious. It should be obvious. Unfortunately, many people still don't realize that. And number two, you will eventually have to meet in person. So what's the point? Why not just skip that first part and go, look, if you're looking for a garage sale, I get it. But we're not merchandise. This isn't window shopping. So desperate and shy people, they're afraid to approach somebody offline. You don't have to go forcing it by going offline and going anywhere and start talking to, that's the first step though. And actually that's the most shyest part of all these people who are shy. That's the worst part for them. They're too scared to even approach somebody of the opposite sex. Why are you so scared? You have to work on yourself. You know, get in the gym, lift some weights, build some self-confidence, take up a sport, or go back to playing the sport you used to. Build some physical strength, mental strength, and then that's going to translate into emotional strength. You're going to get spiritually strong. All right, let's go ahead and proceed here. There's just so much wrong with the whole concept of online dating. Where do I begin? All right, so number 2, learn how to eliminate the concept of dating itself. As I said before, I did a stream on this not too far ago. Focus on establishing a friendship with someone of the opposite sex. That's the first step towards discovering whether someone could be your potential future soulmate or not. You must get to know them completely. Just because technology exists, as I said before, doesn't mean it has to take over every single aspect of our lives. There is a point where technology ends up doing more harm than good. If you need someone's help, like mine, for instance, then sure, technology can give you that opportunity. But love is a completely different story. I can teach you everything that I can, pour my heart and soul like I did in my book and my 1-hour video course, and here in all these presentations. But in the end, you're going to have to be the one to take this information and all this advice and get offline and do it. Because the longer you kick the can down the road, it's just going to keep getting kicked down the road. I mean, because you're going to put love, as long as you put love as your last priority in life, you are never going to find that special someone, that perfect potential soulmate. I can guide you as a life relationship coach, but it's up to you to take the natural steps necessary in order to find your potential future partner. Get offline, go outside, enough with the internet, approach someone attractive. It really is that easy. Talk to them first. You have to vet them out first, right? If you like what you see and hear, ask them to be your friend. And that's why I believe offline is the only way to find a potential partner. But first of all, a friend to begin with. You have to become friends first, people. As I said before in a previous stream about stop dating in general. It's because you're acting like a certain persona, like you're trying to impress your date. That's why it doesn't work. Because you're trying so hard. You know, just start by becoming as good friends as you can. Maybe you become great friends, you see? Because then you're just suturing that relationship, that potential future. And you know what? You guys can go from friends to a straight relationship in no time. Believe it or not. Maybe a couple of months from now. I mean, who knows? If you guys really connect, you don't have to be friends for so long. You don't have to. You'll be surprised. In my case, with my soulmate after 20 years, I mean, we became friends for maybe half a year, almost. And then we just naturally fell into becoming, falling in love in a relationship. It was beautiful. But if you skip that friendship phase, you are playing with fire. All right. So maybe you'll become a couple one day, but please start with friendship. I can't emphasize that enough. Avoid the internet altogether, okay? It's useless, okay? I know, it looks easy. Okay, let me find somebody who likes the color black like I do, who likes to dress in black or likes a black sports car, whatever it is, whatever. It's just the first thing that pops into mind, right? But if you want to be mature and serious about it, you got to think, okay, they like basketball, soccer, they like playing pool. Okay, you're going to check all these blocks, but in the end, you're going to have to get to know them offline anyways. And you finally set up that date, which is even worse because now you're diving from online dating to offline dating, and you're still trying to impress each other. And after that whole journey of vetting, and then you find out that, you know what, they're not exactly what they describe themselves to be online. And online, we got along online, but we don't get along offline. That happens so many times. Or just something just puts each other off completely, and it's just like, you know what, after all the time and money, seriously, it's just not worth it. Just meet them offline. Talk about life, and especially love. What you're looking for in a potential future partner. Let them know in the very beginning of the friendship. Say, look, I don't believe in dating. I believe in, hey, if we can get along as friends, then maybe we could turn into partners. Maybe a couple one day. You want to give it a shot? And they should say yes if they're into you. That's the first test. With dating, you guys are just assuming that you're going to be happily ever after. Whether it's sex on the first date or if it's not, the wait 3 days and if they call you back, nonsense. That whole spiel, that whole useless time-wasting game about, oh, if he calls you back, it's just so silly. It's so immature. Just start as friends and don't say, hey, you want to go on a date over, just go there. Would you like to go to so and such place? Yes, okay, on this date. That's why they call it a date, because you're going somewhere on a certain date. I get it. But don't call it a date. Just say, hey, you want to go somewhere as friends to this place? Because that's what friends do. And get used to that. That way you're not rushing the process. Because love cannot be rushed. Maybe you guys fall in love with each other. Maybe not. The worst case scenario, you guys were at least good friends and you guys had to call it quits because it just wasn't turning into anything else. Especially if they friend zone you. There's your answer. They're not interested. So, all right. So, more hard than good. And offline, yes. Approach someone attractive and talk to them. Let's go ahead and move on. All right. So, meeting people online is not a good idea. I have to further emphasize this. Besides playing a persona, people online mostly put on an act instead of really paying attention to you. So, their ability to really hone in on what you're talking about. Online, it's too easy. It's too easy to just swipe to the side, ignoring what you are really talking about and talking passively, just to keep you on the hook. This means that it's easy for someone to not be genuinely interested in what you have to offer someone else. They're just not really paying attention. They could say, oh, yeah, okay, that's interesting. And there's a blah, 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 blah. And then before you know it, you guys just invested 2 hours of your guys' time chatting with each other. You guys think you're just best friends already, BFFs online. No, you guys are just simply keeping each other distracted and keeping each other company. That's all it is. Until you guys finally meet each other offline, there's no magic. Just because you guys connect well online, well, anybody could do that by playing games online and talking to their teammates and like, yeah, we won. Oh, you're so cool. Oh, you like watching Game of Thrones? So do I. You like the music by so-and-so? So do I. You guys are just finding common ground. This is not love material. Certain things you just cannot do online. You can describe them online, but the magic doesn't happen until you meet offline. So why not just skip straight to the point and become really good friends, right? So, they will most likely just go through the motions and treat you like a product, as I said earlier, like window shopping. Online dating is literally window shopping for someone interesting to meet offline. That's all it is. Like I said, just because online dating exists doesn't mean you should use it. It doesn't mean that it's an all-powerful, outlet, potential for meeting somebody, a potential future soulmate. No, it isn't. That's why online dating is not a good idea. It's a huge waste of time in the end, most likely. Because as soon as you say something a person finds to be potentially problematic, for example, even if it's the smallest, most correctable thing, it doesn't matter. They will toss you out like a sack of meaningless potatoes. I have to say that, seriously, because, nowadays people are becoming ungrateful. Not everybody. I'm just saying too many people. They're ungrateful. They don't see the finer things in life. They don't appreciate things in life. They don't value people as we used to, as societies, as humanity itself. Things are moving way too fast and way too artificially. People want an answer right away, and they want it to work right away. No. Rome wasn't built in a day, right? That's never going to change. And neither are relationships. You can't expect to go from 0 to perfect soulmates in one night, or one day, or 1 week, or 1 month. In fact, you guys have to become the best of friends ever if you guys really want to survive in a lifelong relationship. Because I tell you what, anything less than that is a waste of time and most likely going to fail. 90-something% chance of failing if you guys cannot become perfect friends first. Because perfection does, in fact, exist in so many ways. Anybody who doesn't believe in the art of perfection is not worth your time. Or your life, for that matter. So there's nothing genuine online. There's actors everywhere. And even a stalking risk. They could become a stalker for all you know. I mean, it's happening every single day. So you say no to a certain person, they're like, why? Why not? So they can't accept the rejection. And all of a sudden, they're going to harass you and stalk you online. And especially if you give away all your other social medias and, troll you, or they're just so angry and bitter that they're not going to stop and you have to block them everywhere you go. They're going to create dummy accounts, sock puppet accounts. Do you want to deal with all that mess just because somebody couldn't handle your rejection? It happens every day with trolls and with people on the dating sites. If you reject them and they're like, what, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not beautiful enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not cool enough, I'm not rich enough, I'm not this enough, and then they go just crazy berserk. You're like, whoa, who is this person? Definitely not who you thought they were. I mean, I know people can lose it sometimes online. It's easy to do, vent out their frustrations and anger towards somebody. I understand. But when you're dealing with a dating site, they'll do things that they wouldn't do offline in a normal dating scenario or in a friendship scenario. Because friends who act like that, they're not really friends, are they? They're really immature and they have a lot to work on. Either they clean up their acts or clean up the situation or they're done. There's no more friendship. So, I mean, there's some severely abusive people online trying to look to abuse you when they finally get with you offline. How dangerous is that? Why not just meet them offline where there is still a risk? I understand. But there's far less of a risk because you cut out the pretending game. So if you cut off online dating and you cut off regular dating, there's no more pretending. There's no more try so hard to impress the other person and not just be yourself. But when you befriend somebody, even if it's in a library or a club, it doesn't matter where, a parking lot for all I care, you're being genuine. And so you lose that genuine feeling when you're online because they're too busy trying to impress with their images, with their descriptions, and with what they talk to you about. So the stalker risk is just through the roof. It just feels unnatural. It's just a big waste of time. I mean, if you can't see that, that's going to be your problem if you insist. All right, so let's dive deeper, just a little bit deeper into the failure of what's called online dating. This is what it all comes down to, in my humble opinion. The worldwide agenda here. I'm not going to get into conspiracies, but it's to get men and women to simply give up on each other. At this rate, real men and women will literally become extinct. Seriously, there's too many toxic females and toxic males running around and just ruining everybody else's lives. If you want to be successful in the realm of love, you must first learn how to stop listening to people who are complaining about their failed relationships. Start listening to people who have successful relationships. Become a student before becoming a master. That's never going to change either. I mean, the same thing with my material. You can listen all you want, but are you going to have a life just like mine where you wake up happy and go to sleep happy every single day? That's on you. I can teach you all I can and you could be a student, but it's up to you to become a master. You got to really want it and you got to really practice. That's why perfection must exist in your life. If you don't believe in perfection, you'll never achieve it. The main reason I am a life and relationship coach is to help you and others learn how to perfect your relationship. I want people to feel happy each and every single day the same way I do. When you finally become a master of love, then you can help others do the same. So that's it. Once you become a master, go help other people. You don't need my help anymore. That's the power of coaching. Not psychologists who are going to ask you, oh, so when's the next session? I'm going to see you next year and the year after that. Why aren't you talking about curing your clients, your patients? Why aren't you talking about curing their problems, solving them? Because it's a system, it's a financial system, right? It's a monetary issue. They want you to keep you coming back. I don't. I want you to solve your problems as fast as possible and be on your way. Now you can teach somebody else. So online dating, get used to failure. Get used to losing all hope, because that's what a lot of people are going to tell you once they realize, oh, okay, nothing works. No, the offline equation still works. They're just looking for shortcuts, which don't exist. So people are going to be living alone and miserable because they're failing in the realm of love. They're going to end up hating the opposite sex. The gender war is what I call it. They're going to learn to hate life and complain 24/7. They're going to pass on their negative energy to others, which is what's exactly going on today. I see even videos being uploaded today where people are simply saying, I hate my life. I'm unhappy. I don't know what to do. And then when you reach your hand out to them, they either are too scared to take it or they got addicted to negativity. So there's nothing you can do. That's the worst case. And it's sadly actually common. And so anyways, the world wants you to just either buy a sex doll or a sex toy and just call it a life. Just masturbate forever alone and say, you know what? Women are garbage, men are garbage, blah, 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 blah. That's what a failure mindset looks like. It's a complete failure. Don't believe in love at all. Don't believe in yourself, because that's what you're really saying. Don't be a real man or a woman, because real men and women don't complain. They make things happen, whatever it is. And if they can't make it happen right away, well, they're going to give it their best shot. I'll tell you that much. So are you really giving it your best shot, or are you just bowing down to others who have failed and say, you know what, you're right? Because that's the easy way out. Anybody can sit there and complain that they haven't found somebody yet. That's why I said, start with a simple friendship. Stop trying to find the silver bullet. It's not there. I mean, it could happen. Destiny could throw the best person your way. Such as in my case. I didn't have to fight at all. It just happened naturally. But we first became friends. So the same could happen to you if you just start slowly. Because there's no rushing it with online dating or dating in general. You're rushing it. You don't just skip the friendship phase and say, oh, we're friends because we're dating. No. You're skipping the most important step, which is friendship. And even when you grow up with brothers and sisters, you have to befriend them. You have to get used to living with your siblings, right? If you have brothers and sisters. Or even your parents, you have to get used to them, right? And then you call them, oh, you know what? I'm proud of my dad. I'm not proud of my dad. I respect my mother. I don't respect my mother. You have to establish a certain relationship with them based on how good they are at playing their role. Not playing their role, but actually doing their role. Fulfilling their role as parents, as father and mother. And then you can rate them, right? But it's a sort of friendship that's established. It's a relationship that you have with your parents. So what's the quality of that relationship? Same thing when you meet a new person in life. It's almost like a new family member, for crying out loud, but it's different because your intentions are to maybe possibly fall in love one day, like your parents did. But if your parents rushed into the relationship, chances are, even if they had kids, they have a miserable relationship, they're probably not going to tell you about it, or you know all about it, how miserable they are. Maybe they stayed together just to raise you and the others. Or maybe their relationship has been going downhill for a long time, and now that you're a grown adult, now they're going to divorce, now that the kids are out of the house. There's so many different cases, so not enough time to cover all of them. But the general gist of it is that you must establish a friendship first. There's no getting around that. And, you know, to become a master of love, if you skip that part eventually, because if you guys start as friends and then you want to take it to the next level and you don't master the art of love, so making love, not just having sex, right? Making love means that you guys are really connecting with each other on a spiritual level, the deepest emotions possible. You're not just getting physical satisfaction, because that's not going to go anywhere. You don't just have sex just to have sex. You don't just kiss your partner just to kiss them or hug them, just a passive hug. Oh, I got to go to work, honey. And, you know, just like not even a 2-second hug. Like there's no feeling. There's no emotion. It's just an empty relationship destined to fail in the future. You don't want that. That's mediocrity combined with just laziness in general. So, you know, like I said in a previous stream about who real friends are, that's a serious title right there to live up to. Friendship, a real friend. So imagine who your potential future soulmate, how strong that friendship must be. It's not like a typical friend. That's why we say girlfriend, boyfriend. Why do we say that? Because you don't go straight into the dating. Oh, I'm dating this person, so they're automatically my boyfriend or my girlfriend. Wrong. You don't just automatically get the title friend. You gotta earn that. So we're just simple acquaintances, right? Okay, let's work on a friendship. Okay, I'll call you friend for now. You call me friend for now. And then we start to mean it, what we say. Yes, she's my girlfriend. That's my girlfriend. That's my boyfriend right there, right? So now you really mean it. So then when you guys are ready to take it to the next level, that's the love of my life. And they'll say the same thing back to you with no doubt, no fear, no insecurity. That's the most beautiful thing, isn't it? Because from there you take it even further. True love. And then you become soulmates. And then you become perfect soulmates. The maximum that you could achieve in life in the realm of love. It's just like a video game. You can't beat the whole video game with skipping all these stages like a cheat code. There is no cheat code. I mean, you guys can go faster than other people because you guys click so well as friends and then you quickly fall into love. That can happen. But don't expect it because it's not that common. All right, so let me give you a good conclusion here. Online dating didn't exist centuries ago. Please ponder upon that. It's true that computers and smartphones are awesome inventions, but they can never, ever replace things that we all need to learn naturally as human beings. Learning how to fall in love with the right person after establishing a beautiful friendship. That's the most important lesson in life. Because once you fall in love, true love, you're one and only. It's not like nothing else matters, but nothing really does matter except the love that you have. That's your most precious thing in life. There will always be extremely negative people trying to bring you down with them by talking endlessly about how bad our world is, how bad men and women are, and offer no solutions at all. This is what I call the gender war, which I describe in my book and movie, my 1-hour video course. Once you learn why it's important to toss out all forms of negativity and learn how to master the unlimited power of positivity and true love, only then will you be able to find your potential soulmate and achieve mutual happiness together as one. So if anybody's saying, yeah, right, that's your problem, you're not taking love seriously. So I don't want you to forever live alone and with the sex doll or sex toy or masturbating. Look, I don't want a doom and gloom future for any of you out there. And now if you're really serious about becoming happy, because a lot of people ask, I'll just end it with this. A lot of people ask, okay, what is happiness? How do I achieve happiness? You're joking, right? Because happiness is love, pure love. And you can only find that with your perfect soulmate in the future. But you have to work towards that happiness. They make you happy, you make them happy, you guys are both happy. End of story. That's your simple math equation. 1 + 1 = 1 in this case. 2 become 1. An infinite power of love that's unbreakable. That's happiness. And if you can say that with 100% certainty each and every single day with your partner by your side, you are the happiest person in this world. So you can join the rest who have also attained the same. But for all the losers out there, no disrespect, it means that they choose to be losers. They want to miss out on everything, the beauty of love. Well, that's their choice. They have the freedom to do so. And they're going to be the ones struggling with online dating or dating in general, or just cheating on each other, not taking relationships seriously, or just kicking the can down the road, never putting love as a priority in life. You can pay the bills until the end of days. That's not what life is about, people. I don't care how much you make. It's not about money. It's not about fame. It's about your individual happiness. Can you look in the mirror and say, I am so happy. I am always happy. You know what I always answer to people every single day, no matter how my day goes? I'm doing great because I'm so grateful. Notice how the word great and grateful, they're not spelled the same, but they're phonetically equivalent, right? Because when you're grateful, that means that you're showing gratitude for life and love, the potential of happiness to be found within those two. You're really grateful. So when you can really appreciate the opportunities that you have before you, that's the key to future happiness right there. And it can only be unlocked with your future soulmate. So with that said, I'm going to end it right here and look forward to the Friday show as always. And this is a bonus show for 10 new subscribers. So be sure to spread the word and tell everybody you know and maybe just met about the Perfect Soulmates channel, because here we're a family of love, a Perfect Soulmates army of love, if you will. So your success is our success. So please share your successes down below in the comment section, or just enjoy your success offline. Either way, focus on happiness and be happy. Take care of each other. Take care of yourself. Much love to everybody. Thanks for watching.